everybody, it's me, Andy Gutierrez from StarWars.com. Did you miss me? This week, our rebels met up with a certain princess and future general, and now I'm here to tell you how we brought her into the show. So hold on to your buns. Rebels Recon starts right now. Learning of the rebellion's losses on Gorel, Senator Organa sends 3 cruisers to Lothal, escorted by a familiar face.
This is Princess Leia Organa.
But since Organa's ships always seem to get captured by the rebels, the Empire protects them, heavily.
Walkers will guard your ships from the rebel insurgency.
After a daring rendezvous with the Ghost crew with Governor Azadi, Leia and the rebels hatch a plan to rescue the cruisers and escape safely.
Just wait until I tell the Senate that the Imperial presence on Lothal is helpless against the rebels.
This week, we saw a much different Leia in A Princess on Lothal. I sat down with crew to talk about the challenges they encountered when bringing a younger version of a well-established character to life, and how they recreated her iconic voice. Check it out. What was it like bringing Princess Leia into animated form?
Oh, it was a great thrill. I think we had the opportunity to show Leia in her more formative years.
It was a huge challenge. Any human character that we bring is a lot more difficult. We also had to do a very challenging thing, was to make her younger. That was the single most difficult thing about bringing that character to screen in Rebels, is that your expectation is that she's going to be this girl you see in A New Hope. But Leia could not have always been that formative.
Well, we knew early on, out of the 3 original Star Wars heroes, Han, Luke, and Leia, that Leia was probably the best candidate to get into Star Wars Rebels at this time, just because we knew that she was really active in the rebellion early on.
She's developing as a political leader. Leia's become aware of the evils of the Empire, and she's working within the system to help the rebels whenever she can.
We think that Leia, just like Padme before her, is someone who got involved in politics at a young age. I mean, if you follow Padme's timeline, she was like an apprentice legislator as young as like 12 years old.
She is trying to figure out, how does she lead? She hasn't had a lot of that responsibility yet because she's so young. She hasn't seen the real consequences of action yet.
Are missions like the one that Leia takes on a regular part of her life?
She figures out early in her career the best way to help people in the Senate system, and how to do it in such a way that the Empire can't stop her from helping the people that she needs to help.
She's helping wherever she can, but because she is seen as a senatorial attaché, she's probably going to be able to go in under the radar and not be seen as a threat to the Empire, and this will probably give her some advantages because she's much smarter than they might assume she is.
What did you look for when you were trying to find someone to voice Leia?
One of the biggest things that I reacted to was Star Tours, because Leia in Star Tours it's just amazing. The voice is amazing. You almost feel like they found footage of Princess Leia somewhere. And so we looked up the actress, Julie Dolan, and it's great when you have actors that have a relationship already with Lucasfilm in some way. I feel like they understand the character. Julie had to create a performance prior to the Carrie Fisher performance and make it all work together. It's a really complicated thing for an actor to pull off, and I think she did a wonderful job.
Chopper Cam was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Oh man, I cannot wait for this weekend. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
What is that? You know what? I bet it's Chopper. Chopper! See, I knew it. He's using an app.
Chopper.
You know, I always called those B-Wings, but a few episodes ago they were called Blade Wings. I wasn't the only one wondering about that, so I once again cornered the Lucasfilm Story Group's coffee connoisseur Pablo Hidalgo for his answer. Watch. Hey, Pablo.
Yeah, what's up?
Got a good one. Steve Tanner asks, so has the B in B-Wing Fighter always stood for Blade, or is this a new canon thing?
The way I've heard it told is way back when they were making Return of the Jedi and they needed 2 new fighters for the Rebel Alliance. For the longest time, they just had placeholder names of A Fighter and B Fighter. And they were never really designed necessarily to look like an A or look like a B, but those names stuck. And so the B-Wing Fighter for a while was known as the Bill Wing Fighter, named after Bill George, the ILM model maker who was principally responsible for designing it and building it. It was only until years later that someone came up with the word Blade to attach to it, grasping for a reason as to why this thing is called a B-Wing to begin with. So we've just kind of stuck with that in Rebels.
Very cool. Thanks, Pablo. Have questions about A Princess on Lothal? Tweet at Star Wars using the hashtag RebelsRecon and we'll answer what we can online. But before we go, I have an exclusive sneak peek of the next Rebels episode, The Protector of Concord Dawn. Enjoy!
Attention unregistered ships. This is Fen Rao, Protector of Concord Dawn. You are trespassing. Identify yourselves.
We come in peace, Protector.
Peace? That's not a word I hear often. State your mission.
We request safe passage through your system.
Well, that depends. Who is asking?
Those who would stand with Concord Dawn against the Empire.
So you're the rebels I've heard about. How unfortunate for you.
You haven't heard what we have to say.
I don't need to. Out here, I act in the name of the Empire.
Hold on, Protector!
Thanks for watching Rebels Recon. We'll be back next week with another brand new episode. In the meantime, check out our episode guide for A Princess on Lothal on StarWars.com and download the Star Wars app for other goodies. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go glue this to my head or something. What's up, everybody? Andy from StarWars.com here at Lucasfilm headquarters. This week, Ezra finally learned of the fate of his parents in Legacy, and now I'm going to show you how it all came together. This is Rebels Recon.